We are back again, guys. So this is vlog number 3, and this is for the finals, for the reflections for the finals. And let's start. So the first topic is the minutes of the proceedings on the national territory of the 1971 Constitution Convention. The Philippine Constitution Convention of 1971 marked an important moment in the history of the nation. It was the first time an all-Filipino constitutional body had been convened to draft a new charter for the country. In the convention, delegates from all over the country gathered to discuss and debate the most important issues that would shape the nation's future. The convention was a remarkable event in the sense that it provided an opportunity for Filipinos from different regions and backgrounds to express their views and opinions on important matters that were to be included in a new constitution. This was a break from the past, where only a select few had the power to determine the nation's future. The discussion that took place of the convention were wide-ranging and covered topics such as the role of the president and the power of judiciary, the rights of the citizens, and as well as the structure of the government. After weeks of deliberations, the delegates finally reached a consensus and the new constitution was adopted in 1972. The Philippine Constitution Convention of 1971 was a significant event in the history of the nation. It provided an opportunity for Filipinos to come together and engage in meaningful dialogue about the issues that would shape the nation's future. The outcome of the convention was successful. Overall, the Philippine Constitution Convention of 1971 was a great success. It allowed for the Philippine people to begin to shape the future of their nation, and it provided a foundation for the country to continue to develop and progress. Next one is the role of Islam in the history of the Filipino people. The role of Islam in the history of the Filipino people is an important topic to explore. For centuries, the Muslim faith has left an indelible mark on the Filipino culture and society. This paper will explain or explore the various ways that Islam has shaped the Filipino people, from their language and literature to their political and social structures. It will also look at how the presence of Islam has changed the course of the history of the Philippines. Finally, it will consider how the modern Filipino identity has been shaped by Islam and how faith continues to play an important role in the lives of the Filipino people today. The role of Islam in the history of the Filipino people has been an integral part of Filipino culture for centuries. It is believed that Islam was first introduced to the Philippines in the 13th century by Arab traders, and it quickly spread throughout the archipelago. As a result, the Filipinos adapted many aspects of Islamic culture, such as the use of Arabic script, the introduction of Islamic law, and the introduction of Islamic architecture. The influence of Islam in the Philippines has been felt for many centuries, and it has left an indelible mark on Philippine people. And I find it interesting how the Philippine culture has been shaped by the influence of Islam over the centuries. It is fascinating to see that connection between the Filipino people and their Islamic heritage, and it is a testament to the strength and resilience of their culture. And it is also intriguing to learn more about the ways in which Islam has impacted the culture of the Philippines and how it shaped their identity as a people. It is clear that Islam has had a significant impact on the history of the Filipino people, and it is something that should be celebrated and remembered. Well, the role of the Islam in the history of Filipino people has been a major influence in the culture and society of the Philippines. The religion has integrated itself into different cultures or roles, from the government and the economy to the arts and education. Its teachings and values have provided Filipinos with moral guidance and strength in times of adversity. Islam has played an important role in in shaping the Filipino people and has had lasting impact on their culture, identity, and history. Its influence will continue to be felt for generations to come. The third one is the history of terrorism in the Philippines. The history of terrorism in the Philippines is one that is long and complex. It is a story of violence and oppression that has had a profound impact on the lives of its people and the nation as a whole. In this reflection, I will provide an overview of the history of terrorism in the Philippines, its causes, and responses from the government and the people of the Philippines. By examining this history, I hope to gain a better understanding of the country's current state of affairs and challenges facing its citizens in the present day. The history of terrorism in the Philippines is a complex and multifaceted one. From the earliest days of the Spanish occupation to the period of martial law, to the more recent rise of Islamic extremism, terrorism has been a consistent presence in the country. As a student of history, I have come to appreciate the various factors that have shaped the country's history of terrorism, including the influence of foreign powers, the religious and cultural dynamics of the region, and the legacy of colonialism. At the same time, I've also learned to appreciate the resilience of the Filipino people to have continued to demonstrate a strong commitment to democracy, human rights, and peace. I am also encouraged by the progress that has been made in recent years to combat terrorism, as well as the efforts of the Philippine government to address the root causes of terrorism. I believe that understanding the history of terrorism in the Philippines is essential to creating a more secure and peaceful future. By studying this history, we can better understand the current reality and develop more effective strategies to counter terrorism. Despite this, Philippine government has taken a number of steps to reduce the threat of terrorism and protect the citizens of the country. And in the end, it is up to the Philippine people to protect the citizens of the country. Continue this fight against terrorism and to ensure that the country is safe and secure from any offense. This topic is a report of the cholera epidemic in the Philippines. The report of cholera epidemic in the Philippines is a sobering reminder of the dangerous public health crisis and the urgent need for their governments and healthcare systems to be prepared for them. This report provides a detailed overview of the outbreak, the associated challenges, and the response of the Philippine government and health authorities. It highlights the need for robust public health response in order to effectively contain and manage the outbreak. The report also underscores the importance of educating the public on the need of preventive measures to reduce the spread of cholera. It is clear that proper sanitation and hygiene practices as well as access to clean water must be prioritized. Additionally, it is essential that healthcare workers are adequately trained in the identification, management, and treatment of cholera. This report provides a vulnerable insight into the importance of preparedness and response in public health crisis. It highlights the need for a comprehensive approach that integrates the efforts of the government, healthcare professionals, and the public in order to effectively contain and manage the outbreak. The cholera epidemic is a reminder of the importance of taking preventive measures to protect the healthcare people in vulnerable communities. It is essential for us to reinforce public health education initiatives and ensures that proper sanitation and hygiene practices are in place. Moreover, it is paramount to implement effective surveillance systems to detect and respond to outbreaks in a timely manner. The experience of the cholera epidemic in the Philippines serves as a valuable lesson on the importance of early prevention, and control for containment of outbreaks. This topic is entitled Mintal, the Little Tokyo of Pre-War Philippines. Reflecting the vibrant culture of the pre-war Philippines, Mintal, or the Little Tokyo of the pre-war Philippines, serves as a reminder of the unique melting pot of diverse cultural influences that only exists in the country. With a strong presence of Japanese culture and tradition, Mintal stands out as a symbol of peace and is a symbol of the spirit of cross-cultural exchange. In this reflection, I will explore the history, culture, and legacy of Mintal. Thinking about the Little Tokyo, the pre-war Philippines, and filled with a sense of awe and admiration. This unique community was a vibrant and integral part of the Filipino culture in the early 20th century, and it provided a unique glimpse into the Japanese influence on Filipino culture. The Little Tokyo of pre-war era was a popular destination for both Filipinos and Japanese, and it was a place of celebration and entertainment for all. From the traditional Japanese restaurants and the shops to the festivals and performances, the Little Tokyo of pre-war era was a wonderful example of the shared culture between the Japan and Philippines. The Little Tokyo of pre-war was also a demonstration of how two cultures could coexist peacefully, and even in the midst of cultural differences. This community was a symbol of cooperation and understanding between two different cultures, and it stands as a reminder of how our cultures can come together and create something special. The Little Tokyo of the pre-war Philippines has been an immensely informative and eye-opening experience. It has provided us with a glimpse of the complex and multi-layered history of Japanese-Filipino relations before the World War II, and the vivid memories of the people who lived throughout that period. It has also given us an appreciation of the resilience of the Filipino who continue to live and in harmony and friendship with their Japanese counterparts despite the political and military tensions of that time. This history is not only a reminder of our shared past, but also a reminder of the importance of peace and friendship in our present and future. This one is entitled Carlos P. Garcia's State of the Nation Address. Reflecting on the State of the Nation during the time of Carlos P. Garcia's fourth State of the Nation Address, or SONA, on July 24, 1861, it is evident that the country was in a time of great progress, growth, and development. From his speech, we can see the President's commitment to pushing the Philippines forward and how he went about putting his words into action. Carlos P. Garcia's State of the Nation Address was a powerful and inspirational speech that served as a reminder of potential and promise of the Philippines. Garcia's speech highlights the progress of the nation that has made in recent years, from its economic growth to its advances in agriculture, science, and technology. He also discussed the many challenges the nation still faces, such as poverty, inequality, and corruption. Garcia's speech was called to action, urging the Filipino people to come together and work together to create a brighter future for their country. It was an uplifting reminder of the strength of the Filipino people, to their ability to overcome any obstacle, and his words of hope and encouragement have helped to inspire many Filipinos to take action and strive for a better future. Overall, President Carlos P. Garcia's SONA was a powerful, inspiring speech that highlighted the progress and potential of the Philippines. His words and encouragement have served as a reminder and strength to the Filipino people and their ability to overcome any obstacles. And as his speech demonstrated, the Filipino people have the potential to create a brighter future, and it is up to each one of us to take action and strive for a better future. This topic is the true Filipino ideology. The concept of true Filipino ideology is one that has been discussed and debated over many years. It is a concept that holds significant meaning for those who are Filipino and for those who are interested in learning more about Filipino culture and values. As I reflect on this important idea, I can appreciate the importance of understanding and implications and impact it has had on Filipino culture and identity. The true Filipino ideology is an inspiring concept that speaks the heart of the Filipino people. It promotes the spirit of unity, harmony, and mutual respect among all Filipinos regardless of their background or beliefs. It is based on the idea that being Filipino is a shared experience that unites us, and that our different cultures, beliefs, and values should be honored and celebrated. The true Filipino ideology also promotes the practice of being humble and respectful to everyone. It encourages Filipinos to be proud of their culture and share their knowledge, wisdom, and experience with others. It is also a reminder to us to be mindful of our words and actions and never forget where we came from. This ideology also emphasizes the importance of education and how it can help us achieve our goals. Education is the key to unlocking our potential and helping us build a stronger, more prosperous nation. By learning more about past, we can create a brighter future for our country. To conclude it all, the true Filipino ideology has the potential to bring us closer together and to create a more positive and healthier environment for everyone. It is a powerful reminder of our shared identity as Filipinos and the importance of preserving our heritage and culture. It is a call to action for us to work together and to continue to build a stronger and more unified nation. This topic is the 1987 Constitution. This Constitution is a significant document in the history of the Philippines. It is a symbol of the country's commitment to democracy and the rule of law, and it serves as the foundation of our nation's legal and political systems. This reflection will explore the Constitution's history, its core principles, and the impact on the nation. The Constitution was drafted in the aftermath of the People Power Revolution, which saw peaceful overthrow of dictatorial President Ferdinand Marcos. Its authors sought to create a document that would protect civil and political rights, to ensure the separation of powers, and provide for a system of checks and balance. The Constitution also established a two-party system that abolished presidential term limits and provided for all Bill of Rights. Among other significant changes, the Constitution's core principles include the promotion of social justice and preservation of human dignity, and the protection of the fundamental freedoms. These principles have shaped the nation's political landscape as well as the legal and social policies. Furthermore, the Constitution has provided a legal framework of the Philippine government to pursue economic, social, and cultural development. And finally, the 1987 Philippine Constitution has had a profound impact on the nation, and it has allowed the country to make a meaningful progress in areas such as human rights, government transparency, and democracy. Moreover, it has provided a strong foundation for the nation to continue to grow and prosper in the years to come. This Constitution, the 1987 Philippine Constitution, has been an important document in the history of the Philippines. It has served as the basis for the protection of individual rights, the advancement of democracy, and promotion of economic progress. It has also provided a framework for the preservation of the unique Filipino culture and identity. The Constitution has been a source of stability in the country and has allowed the Philippine people to realize their aspirations for a better future, and it has been a symbol of hope and progress for generations of Filipinos and will continue to be a beacon of light for the future generations. And lastly, this topic is the Davao during the 1896 to 1898 Philippine Revolution. The 1896 up to 1898 Philippine Revolution marked a significant period in the long, tumultuous history of Davao. It was during this period that the people of Davao showed their courage and resilience in the face of adversity, rising up to fight for their freedom and independence. Through their unwavering determination and solidarity, they were able to successfully resist the Spanish colonial rule and pave the way for a better future. This reflection looks back on the important role of Davao played in the Philippine Revolution and how its people struggle for freedom that still resonates today. The people of Davao had long been subjected to Spanish rule and oppression, with the region's resources being exploited and its people treated as second-class citizens. However, when the Philippine Revolution broke out in 1896, the people of Davao were determined to fight for their freedom and independence. They organized a local militia led by the local chieftains and fought alongside the revolutionary forces of Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Aguinaldo, and other Filipino heroes. And the people of Davao played a key role in the revolution, bravely facing off against Spanish forces and helping to liberate numerous towns and cities from Spanish rule. The people of Davao were successful in their fight, and in 1898, the Spanish colonial era in the Philippines finally came to an end. The revolution had lasting implications for Davao, and as it allowed its people to achieve a newfound freedom and independence. This also served as a powerful reminder for the courage and resilience of the Filipino people and how they can come up together to fight for what is right. The people of Davao has much to be proud in regards to their role in the Philippine Revolution. Their courage, resilience, and determination remain an inspiration to this day, and the legacy of their struggle for freedom continues to live on. The 1896 to 1898 Philippine Revolution had a profound impact on the city of Davao. While the city was largely spared from direct conflict, it was still affected by the war, experiencing widespread shortages, loss of trade, and disruption of daily life. Ultimately, Davao was able to remain relatively unscathed by the revolution, and the city continued to strive as a center of commerce and culture well into the 20th